Here are the top 10 things you need for your new Xpedition. Get asked a lot when customers come in here and they just bought an Xpedition. Well, I believe it's pretty subjective just because Polaris did a great job in building this car, so you don't absolutely have to have anything for your new Xpedition. However, there are definitely some things that I recommend for every customer that walks in the door. I'm gonna talk about them real quick, but we're gonna give you guys a link below that you can check out, and you can actually see an in-depth video on several of the items and an in-depth description, and of course, a place to buy these items. So let's go over them real quick. Top 10 items. First is a tool roll. We like the Super ATV tool roll. We've done a very extensive video on this, so it's definitely worth checking out. But this tool roll is perfect for the Xpedition. It literally has every tool that you need and some space for extra. It's nice and quiet and compact. So this is definitely one of the top 10 items you need. And for a lot of this stuff, if you have an Xpedition, it's perfect for you, but this will work for a lot of different side-by-sides, different stuff out there. So Super ATV tool roll, one of our favorites. Next one is obviously a must in every side-by-side off-road vehicle, personal vehicle everywhere, is a first aid kit. This is our advanced first aid kit. We have two different ones. We have a basic and advanced. Again, whole video that we're gonna link to you guys on this one. We're gonna break it open and you guys can see everything that's in there. I don't even know how many pieces, a couple hundred pieces of different first aid equipment come inside here. It has mole panel attachments and stuff. So if your Xpedition's equipped with mole stuff, works really good. Fits in the center console perfectly. So absolute must-have first aid kit. Okay, this is 3 items in one. So this is actually our Northstar Essentials bundle that we offer for the Xpedition. And it is starting with the DRT AC guards. So if you've looked at your Xpedition from the front, you've noticed at the very front next to the bumper, there are AC lines, and then up against the firewall, there are some AC lines, and they're very exposed. So DRT came up with a great option to cover those. It's a 2-piece kit, and it covers those so you don't hit them on rocks or sticks or anything like that and lose your air conditioning and cause major damage. It's cheap insurance to protect your car from any issues that might have. Another part of the Essentials bundle is the Bees Fab door straps. So if you try to put kids in the back of your car, if you try to put gear in the back seats, you know how short the door straps are from Polaris. Cool thing about the Bees Fab extended door straps is you don't have to rewire or anything on your car. They are split loom. So this is the strap that holds the car door together. And then this is the loom that holds all the wiring. So you get rid of the factory stuff, run your wiring through this. It's split loom. Like I said, you don't have to unplug or do any actual wiring. Bolt this back up, and it actually gives you like 6 inches of throw at the end of the door further to get in and out. So great option there. This particular item is actually our #1 selling item on our website by a long shot. So that's a definitely must have. And then the other part is, this is the filter, factory filter that goes underneath the hood for the air conditioning. So this is the outerwear, the pre-filter for that. And if you've looked underneath your hood, I promise you, even if you're not in a super dusty area, this filter attracts a crazy amount of dust. I noticed mine after literally one short ride out in the desert, how much dust was on this filter. So to keep your AC functioning properly, this filter is definitely a must-have. This kit, like I said, it's our Northstar Essentials kit that we'll link below, is discounted if you buy it as a bundle. So you're gonna want all 3 of those items for sure. Next one is a recovery item. This is from Mojab. This is their D-ring shackle. Fits right in the back of the Xpedition in the hitch spot, and just gives you a way to pull somebody out, gets you a way to get pulled out. Comes in different colors, which is awesome. And actually you can see here, you can mount it horizontally or vertically in the back. So great option, super strong. Cool thing about all the Mojab stuff, lifetime warranty. Comes with a bag if you don't want to leave it installed in your car, but great option for recovery. And if you're not using that hitch for anything else, you might as well put something in there that's functional. All right, another Bees Fab item that we have. This is their 4-door, we call it their dustproof plug kit. So you guys have possibly lost your factory plugs out of your Xpedition, or you've seen dust come through those plugs. Cool thing about this one is it's perfectly flat, so it sits flush with the ground, but it has an O-ring on it. So this is, I don't know if Bees Fab would be happy if I said this, but it's pretty true, I think. I'm gonna call it dustproof. If it's not dustproof, it's like 99% dustproof. So these are solid. If you're gonna hose out your Xpedition or something like that, you can still remove it and hose everything out and get through those holes. But when you're not hosing it out or you don't need to get water out of it, This keeps all the dust from coming up through the bottom into floor plugs, and it just keeps them in there because those factory ones are like a quarter turn and they end up getting lost or coming out. But the biggest issue is that the elements come through there. So cold, heat, and dust all come through the floor plugs. So absolute must-have. These are called Bees Fab Ultimate Floor Plug Kit. If you're buying the Xpedition Essentials kit from us, there's an option to add those to it in the checkout, but there's also a separate item just for those. Next two items are rugged radios. So this is rugged radios, USB and USB-C dash plug. Cool thing about this, it's all plug and play. It comes with everything you need to hook it up to your pulse bar in your Xpedition, plug it into your dash, and it gives you a place to charge a phone, charge an iPad, charge a Starlink, GPSs right here with the USB. The other cool part is it gives you your voltage right here on this little screen. So you kind of always know what your voltage is in case you're having an alternator issue or something like that. You can look down and see that, you know, that you're running over 12 volts. Or if you're parked and you're listening to music or something like that, you can always keep an eye on your voltage right here. So easy must have, easy install, relatively inexpensive item, but perfect for 99% of everybody out there. One of the next items is also from Rugged Radios, and this is their R1 radio. So this is just simple communication. They make a lot of cool mounts for the Xpedition. You can mount it right up on the side of the dash, on the A-pillar, on either side, passenger or driver. So if you're not gonna do like a full radio install, getting the R1 is a great option. It's battery powered, but they have ones that will plug into a cigarette lighter. You can plug this into the USB if you want. It has options for external antennas. It has options for longer antennas. We shot a whole video on this also that we'll link. Just R1 is a very versatile option for everybody out there to communicate. If you can get everybody in your group to have one of those, then you guys can cruise all over and be able to talk at a good range to everybody. All right, last but not least is the AJK center dash panel. So where this goes is right on top of your center dash next to where your windshield latches. And this just is a very versatile panel that allows you to put some phone mounts on here. It works with RAM mounts, it works with Amazon mounts, it works with factory Polaris stuff. Anything, it's just, you can see it's got different holes, different slots. So if you want to mount a GPS, an iPad, a phone charger, I don't know, a compass, whatever you want, you can actually mount it right to this. It kind of fills up that dead space, that dead cubby on top of the Xpedition dash. So great option there. Like I said, those are the top 10 items that I think everybody should have in your Xpedition. Everything else is kind of a want. If you want to do something cool, there's a ton of awesome accessories from a ton of great vendors. But these are the must-haves that I think everybody needs. If you have something that you think you need or you can't live without, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. Let us know.